DOJ report necessitated that we react, we respond. And Simmons College has decided to start the Jesse Louis Jackson Center for Racial Justice.
And Jesse Jackson in town for this is a major announcement coming out of Louisville's only HBCU, Simmons College of Kentucky. School president Dr. Kevin Cosby saying they're taking action in the wake of the recent DOJ report. The school is trying to lead the way in breaking down racism and discrimination in the wake of that report. And Isaiah Kim Martinez covered the announcement. And Isaiah, the famed civil rights leader, made his way to Louisville for this new plan.
Absolutely, Doug. Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., of course, was on hand and there inside St. Stephen Baptist Church today for the announcement, getting to see the birth of a project looking to carry on his mission right here in Louisville.
You're the only answer.
55 years to the day since Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Louisville leaders compare the inequities seen today to those experienced decades ago.
We at Simmons College of Kentucky rise with hope of justice for an oppressed people.
And traveling to Louisville for the commemoration, the man who worked side by side under MLK's leadership, Reverend Jesse Jackson. He sat in the pews for the Unity service as Simmons College of Kentucky revealed an initiative in his honor.
To respond to the disparities that are foundational to the police misconduct in our city and in our nation.
Simmons College President Reverend Dr. Kevin Cosby says their response to the DOJ's findings is the Jesse L. Jackson Sr. Center for Racial Justice, a project that just received a $2 million grant. The three main goals: first, to educate people on systemic racism; second, to create an avenue for the community to advocate for change; and finally, establish a system where Louisvillians can work to improve public policy.
It was very special today to sit beside the man who stood beside the king.
While listening, Reverend Jackson put a hand on former state representative and Louisville native Charles Booker.
This was the first time I got to meet him in person, so the first thing I did is what everyone should do. I said thank you, and I squeezed his shoulder. I told him I'm on his shoulder, and he said from the hood to the holler.
Did he say anything about this project and just the significance of it, especially given weeks after the DOJ's report?
Well, he squeezed my hand every time they mentioned it, and he said we have work to do. He said he taught us what to do.
And that fight for equity will include even louder calls from the Simmons College campus in the weeks and months to come.
So Isaiah, did you learn today where this will be built and when will construction start on this center?
Well, no timeline just yet as to whether this center would require a new building or live in an existing one. We do know Simmons College is still taking more donations for this effort, so it's a bit of a concept for right now. But in the service today, at least one other congregation did pledge $10,000 toward this project.
Oh, that's a good start. All
Absolutely.
right. Thank you very much, Isaiah. Well, the Department of Justice and their investigators are coming back to Louisville next week, hosting community meetings to answer questions that you might have. Next Wednesday, April 12th, they'll be holding an in-person meeting at the South Central Regional Library on Jefferson Boulevard. It starts at 6 p.m. and will last about an hour and a half.